Today we have a recipe from Mary's Nest. Mary has a channel on YouTube and she has a lot of delicious recipes, and this is the one that she teaches you how to cook beans correctly. Hello my friends, we have pinto beans from Mary's Nest, and the way she said to soak them was for 48 hours, and they'll turn out even better than 24 hours. So today is the 15th of January 2022 and it's 10 p.m. It's exactly 48 hours, and these beans have been soaking and we are ready to cook them. We need to rinse them, like she says, thoroughly again. You rinse them after 24 hours. You put in fresh water and wait another 24 hours, totaling 48 hours, which is now. So I'm going to rinse this thoroughly on a strainer, and then I'll put fresh water and start cooking them. Now we're ready to strain the water from the beans, and then we'll get fresh water and get rid of all this excess water and scum that creates naturally. But we'll rinse that out and I'll come back to you. We're going to cook this in medium simmer for about 30 minutes, and then we'll add, for 2 cups of beans, you put in 10 cups of water. Once it starts to medium simmer, then you cover it up with a lid. Now if you're wondering why you hear this noise in the background, this is because the mom of the pugs, which is this little lady right here, she keeps coughing and coughing and coughing, and I have to take her to the vet and give her medications to calm her down. But this is every night. They're always here with me in the kitchen while I'm recording. There you have it. Now while I am editing the video for the beans, today I am doing something special. Today I am cooking oxtail soup. Delicious. I have the first cup of beans here. Here's the second cup. I'm adding the 10 cups of water to the 2 cups of beans.
Hi, sweet friends.
I'm Mary, and this is my sweet son Ben, and welcome to Mary's Nest, where I teach traditional cooking skills for making nutrient-dense foods like bone broth, ferment, sourdough, and more. So if you enjoy learning about those things, consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to click on the little notification bell below. That'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Well, recently I shared a video that was titled What Charlotte Mason Taught Me About Traditional Foods and Homeschooling. And many of you had been asking me to do a video like that, and I'll be sure to link to it in the iCards and below. And the reason is because in one of my, or two maybe of my other videos where I'm teaching, traditional foods cooking, I mentioned that I was a homeschool mom. Well, I got so many comments as to, whoa, how did you homeschool, and what curriculum did you use, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to make that video with you, for you, so that you would know exactly what we did. Well, in that video, I promised you that I would bring my son here, now that he's home for the Christmas vacation holidays, and have him share with you what he thought of growing up eating traditional foods and what he thought of being homeschooled. For those of you who saw my garden video over the summer, you already had a chance to meet my son Ben when he was home with us back then. However, if you're new to my channel or you haven't seen that video, I want to introduce you to Ben.
Hi, sweet friends. I know you guys love Mary's Nest, so it's good to be here. I love you, Mom. It's going to be a good time.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I transferred the beans to a bigger pot. Now I'll bring it to a medium simmer, and once it starts simmering, cover them up with a lid. Remember, if you add salt at the beginning, they are going to be hard on the outside and soft on the inside, and you want it all around. Mary from Mary's Nest says you should not boil your beans because that way, if you put them on medium simmer, they'll stay in one piece. Now, while the beans are simmering, you might want to remove the scum from the top of the water. It's exactly 10:30 when I check our beans. The beans are simmering, so now I'm going to cover it up for about half an hour, and then we'll check the beans. Some beans cook for more than half an hour. It might take up to an hour depending on the beans. Garbanzos take longer. Black beans take a little longer. So we'll check it out half an hour later. Okay, now it's 12 midnight. 2 hours after I started the beans are done. Add the 2 tablespoons of sea salt, fine sea salt. This one here. And I'm going to add 2 bay leaves. These are Indian bay leaves. You can use the regular one. I use this one for my Indian cooking. And I'm going to let it sit here, turn it off, and I'll let it absorb the salt and the flavors. You can add the spices you want and the herbs. I'll let it sit and cool. And tomorrow when I come home from work, I'll prepare the sofrito. See how nice they turned out? They are not mushy. You can press them with your fingers and they break easily. You can add them to your tacos or salads or whatever you like. They look excellent. Thank you, Mary, from Mary's Nest. Watch her channel for lots of wonderful recipes. After you're done adding the salt and bay leaves, cover the pot and let the beans sit in the water. It's okay. Nothing will happen to them. And then you can continue cooking them so they can absorb all the wonderful flavor. After adding in the salt, just stir softly so you can spread the salt throughout the water. I've taken out some of the beans on a plate so you can see how it looks when you press it with a fork. They still have consistency, but they're not broken, so they're excellent. They taste great. Very good. Enjoy. Okay, now that I show you how Mary cooks the beans, I'm going to show you a step further. This is the way I cook them. I just wanted to show you the way she cooks them because they don't break. But I usually add all the spices that you see here, make a sofrito. I normally cook it with a piece of meat at the beginning. You can put chorizo, pork meat, or ham hocks. And then you add potatoes and pumpkin. And then I'm going to add some complete seasoning and cumin to the beans. And then I'll make the sofrito in the pan. Here's the complete seasoning, sazón completa. Just put some of that. Here's the ground cumin. Just put a little bit of that, not too much because cumin is very strong. Just a dash. If you do not have sazón Goya, this is the coloring. Then you could also use paprika instead. little bit of paprika, almost the same. For every 2 cups of beans, you could add a tablespoon of salt. And I want to show you, this is the Spanish sausage that I was telling you about, the chorizo. This is what it looks like. You could chop them up in some slices and add it to your beans. And what I'm going to do is when I make the sofrito, I'm going to add it to the sofrito for more flavor. I have 2 potatoes that I cut for the beans. I put them in water for now so they won't oxidize. Okay, I have the heat on medium-high. Anytime you start frying, you should always start with the onions first, unless you have bacon. But in this case, we have our chorizo, which I cut in slices. Remember to take the skin off. See the skin here? Take it off. And add your chorizo. Fry them for a little while to get that flavor out of there. If you have to fry onions first and you have bacon, you do the bacon first to release that flavor, and then you throw in your onions and then the bell peppers and then the garlic. For a little while you cannot burn garlic, and then you throw in your tomatoes, and I have cilantro and I have rosemary. I'm going to lower the heat to medium. I'll add in my onions. For the 2 cups of beans, I added a whole onion, so you could add half if you like. Depends on your taste. This is your sofrito. This is what gives it that wonderful flavor. Caramelize them a little bit. And we're going to add green bell peppers and the red bell peppers. For every bean that we cook, we usually have the same ingredients. For the oxtail soup, I use the same ingredients. Okay, the garlic goes in. When you smell the aroma of the garlic, that's when you throw in your tomatoes so they won't burn. Because garlic is very delicate, you're not supposed to burn it. Or overcook it, rather. As soon as it smells wonderful. Then I'm going to add in my tomatoes to cool off the garlic. Add in the cilantro. Add in the rosemary. coloring, food coloring, sazon Goya. Also some more complete seasoning. We're gonna cook this for about 10 minutes. You need to add a little olive. You need to add some oil. You could add a little bit of olive oil now, or regular vegetable oil. Okay, now the sofrito is ready to go in the beans, inside the beans. I think that's about it. It's good now. If that's your sofrito, this will give great flavor to your beans or any meal we cook. Thank you. I left the lid on the side. I left them uncovered so they could dry a little bit. The water level could go down. And we like to make them kind of thick. And two ways of doing that: you could grab beans with a spoon and then mash maybe a cup and then pour it in there, or you could use cornstarch with a little bit of water, put it in a cup, 1 tablespoon, and then mix it, and then you pour it in the beans, and that'll make them nice, shiny, and starchy, and this will make them thick. They're smelling amazing. I have them now on medium-low, and I'm going to let them cook without the top on. I have a trick sometimes when food comes out salty by any chance. What I do is I pour sugar, a little bit of sugar or honey, and try to balance that flavor, because once you make the food salty, it's kind of hard to fix it. So that's just a little tip. It's been 2.5 hours on low heat, and they're looking amazing. They taste delicious. Later on I'll plate them and then I'll show you how they look. Amazing. Here are the delicious beans. Thank you, Mary, from Mary's Nest. Please see her channel on YouTube. She has a lot of wonderful recipes. Thank you for your help, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy New Year. I bought all these beautiful bowls for my YouTube videos, and I got them at Home Goods. And this is so you could have a variety to look at when I record the videos, to display the wonderful and delicious meals. They are excellent. Beautiful colors. Yaba, time to get a job.